Penelope frickin' Cruz. What an extraordinary actress. What a ridiculously beautiful and talented artist. She's been making films since the 1990s, and she continues with every year to take risks and embody bold, fascinating characters. A lot of people thought Cruz was going to win the Oscar for Parallel Mothers, and it's not difficult to see why. With the right material and character, Penelope Cruz soars. She has soared in movies countless times, especially when she works with Pedro Almodovar, the director who's written great projects for Cruz time and time again. He's directed her to 2 Oscar nominations for Parallel Mothers and Volver. Cruz was also nominated for the divisive Rob Marshall film 9, and she of course won her Oscar in the Best Supporting Actress category for Vicky Cristina Barcelona. You might not remember that this gold trophy for Cruz wasn't a given, and in the beginning of the season, it looked like Cruz would have exactly 0 shot at a win. So what happened? How exactly did Cruz rise to the top of her category and win the Academy Award at the 81st ceremony? We're talking the fabulous Penelope Cruz and that much-deserved Oscar victory. At a young age, Cruz initially focused on becoming a dancer, studying classical ballet for 9 years, but then she became interested in acting, and she made her feature film debut in the 1991 film Jamon Jamon, opposite her later co-star in multiple films and her future husband, Javier Bardem. She appeared in more than a dozen Spanish films throughout the 1990s, her breakthroughs being her Almodovar collaborations, as well as the film Open Your Eyes, which led to the American remake Vanilla Sky. In the early 2000s, Cruz became a major Hollywood star, appearing alongside Matt Damon in All the Pretty Horses, Johnny Depp in Blow, and Nicolas Cage in Captain Corelli's Mandolin. She continued making Spanish-language films as well, her first big awards play being the wonderful Volver in 2006, directed by her frequent collaborator, Almodovar. For her performance, Cruz for the first time got into lots of the precursor ceremonies like Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, SAG, and BAFTA, and then she made it into the Oscar Final 5 for Best Actress, which announcer Salma Hayek, and close friend of Cruz's, was clearly happy about.
For Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role, the nominees are Penelope Cruz, yes! Volver.
Cruz was never going to win the Oscar on her first go-around, because Helen Mirren had that gold trophy in the bag for The Queen in early 2007, after winning pretty much every major prize along the way to the Academy Awards, but Cruz was in the club now, and it seemed only a matter of time for her to win a gold trophy of her own. The time came just 2 years later for her remarkable performance in Woody Allen's Vicky Cristina Barcelona, co-starring Scarlett Johansson, Rebecca Hall, and Javier Bardem, about 2 American friends on a summer holiday in Spain who become interested in a handsome local painter who's unaware his feisty ex is about to re-enter his life.
Speak English.
I don't like her for you. I don't trust her. And you know I always have your best interest.
This film was one of the offbeat delights in the summer of 2008, a beautifully written and acted comedy drama that takes you to all sorts of unexpected places. And at the center of it is an absolutely dazzling turn by Penelope Cruz in a way we'd never seen her before. She's funny, frightening, wildly unpredictable. It's the perfect definition of a memorable supporting performance. She was an early shoo-in for awards nominations in early 2009, but in the beginning, Cruz didn't stand a chance against Kate Winslet for The Reader. As I discuss in detail in my video all about the Best Actress race between Winslet and Meryl Streep, originally Winslet started winning awards for The Reader in the Supporting Actress category, and Cruz was just happy to be there. But then something shifted, and that shift benefited nobody more than Penelope Cruz. In the second half of the awards season, Winslet started getting nominated for The Reader in Lead Actress, which freed up a new person to win in Supporting Actress. The voters could have gone a few different ways when it came to BAFTA and the Oscars. Amy Adams was on her second Oscar nomination, like Cruz, but her performance in Doubt is a quiet one, and it was sort of outshined by the other supporting actress performance in the film by Viola Davis. But Davis has just one major scene, and therefore it was going to be an uphill battle to win with such a short amount of screen time. Marissa Tomei is great in The Wrestler, but Mickey Rourke, he was the true breakout star of that film, and Taraji P. Henson for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, it's a good performance, but not something everyone was going to vote for. The chosen one turned out to be Penelope Cruz and Vicky Cristina Barcelona. First, she won at BAFTA, where she embraces Winslet on the walk up to the stage. Her speech there was fantastic.
And I also want to share it with all the other women that are nominated with me tonight, because to say that I'm in an incredible company is a huge understatement. So thank you so much.
And then on Oscar night, it just seemed a foregone conclusion. Without Winslet in her category, it seemed unlikely for any of the other 4 actresses to win. This category, this year, belonged to Penelope Cruz. The iconic Angelica Houston gave Cruz a wonderful tribute.
Uniting the wild and the winning, Penelope, you show us that beneath your beauty lies the soul of a true comedian. Felicitaciones, Penelope.
And then Tilda Swinton, the previous year's winner for Best Supporting Actress for Michael Clayton, called Cruz's name as the winner. I love Cruz's Oscar speech, especially the way she starts it.
It's not going to be 45 seconds. I can say that right now. Has anybody ever fainted here? Because I might be the first one.
So why did Cruz win the Academy Award for Vicky Cristina Barcelona? As I stated before, Winslet not being in her category anymore for the reader was the biggest help, and there also wasn't another person in her category that was strong enough to overtake her. Amy Adams and Viola Davis might have split their votes, while Marissa Tomei and Taraji P. Henson were really just happy to be there. Also, it must be said, actors won Oscars for Woody Allen movies all the time, starting in the 1970s with Diane Keaton, moving into the 1980s with Michael Caine and Diane Wiest. In the 1990s, Diane Wiest won again, and then Mira Sorvino took the gold trophy a year later. Cruz would win for Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and then 5 years later, Cate Blanchett took home the Academy Award for Blue Jasmine. Yes, indeed, being in a well-reviewed Woody Allen movie also helped Cruz that night, and the other reason, of course, is that she's simply spectacular in the film in one scene after another. When she's not in the movie, you miss her. And when she is in the movie, you are transfixed by what she'll do and say next. This is a fantastic performance and a marvelous Oscar win.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much.
Now, if we're talking about unbelievable films, obviously, Penelope, you and your husband, Javier, you have both won Oscars. But is this, am I right in thinking that your Oscar statue is different to his?
Mine is different than most
Because I thought
people.
they were all the same. How?
Because, you know, they give you the plate separately, and you can go there and they can do it for you. But I didn't do it that night. And then my father did it for me, but he didn't have the glasses. So he put it upside down. And of course, my dad, unfortunately, is not with us anymore, so I could never change it.
Oh, you can't?
He left his print there, you know, and it's really emotional for me to look at it.
Penelope Cruz has been nominated for Oscars 2 more times to date, her third nod coming just a year after winning for Vicky Cristina Barcelona, when she was nominated in the Best Supporting Actress category again for Rob Marshall's 9, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. She didn't have any chance to win that one. Monique owned the category all season for Precious, and she was the obvious winner come Oscar night. But I do think Penelope Cruz had a chance to win for her devastating performance in Parallel Mothers, especially since the Best Actress category was a bit all over the place throughout the awards season, Nicole Kidman winning at the Golden Globes, Jessica Chastain winning at SAG, and nobody even nominated at the Oscars winning in the category at BAFTA. Cruz was getting some heat in the final weeks before the 94th Academy Awards, and I saw lots of people online switch their prediction at the last minute to Cruz. It would have been a great win, but her movie needed a nomination in Best Picture, or Best Director, or Best Foreign Language Film. Outside of Cruz's Best Actress nomination, Parallel Mothers only got in for Best Original Score, which showed there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm for the movie from the Academy. I stuck with Jessica Chastain based off her SAG win, and then there it was, her first Academy Awards victory for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Will Penelope Cruz ever win another Oscar again? I think she will, based on the decades of amazing performances she's given us. She continues to be prolific, having acted in a variety of movies just in the past 3 years alone. Let's all cross our fingers that the glorious Penelope Cruz will make a return to the Oscar stage in the years to come.